Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quant Edge VTF here, T3 Live with today's market wrap-up, and we got a bit of a snoozer, but a few things starting to go into motion, but we really need some of these futures to kick in. But what I'm going to show you here is when you see, like, to watch the TV and they're like, oh, market's down today, how you orchestrate what might be called a turnaround Tuesday. So first things first, we came out firing out of the gate on a few with the Netflix-y. And the Netflix, you can see this coming up here, and Netflix was an inside week, took that to the upside, so that was good. It was also here on the month, we were watching slightly inside month up last month, but it was a 2-month pattern because it was completely within this bar's range. So when we got that inside week, took the 2-month pattern up just a little bit, so that was something that's in motion. Also, the Tesla came out right out the chute, but Tesla comes up and then gaps and sits, so there wasn't too much to do after the opening 30 minutes up. This is called a momentum hammer, so you can see that momentum hammer for 30 minutes worked, and then after that, all of this completely within this 30-minute range, so not much to do after that. But like I said, we've got a ton of inside days, but one of the things I do tweet out in the morning at Robin the Black is the gapper list, and we had Taser. That was nice, gap and go, and plenty of entries there. You also had WGO. At least in the morning, when I talk about momentum hammers, this is what I'm talking about. When you do have something going, and you're going to see this hammer in the sky as it goes up. Shorts have their chance to cover. Stops go up here. It's a gap and go, so we have buyers and stops going off. Momentum hammer, stuff like that. So that was all right with for those two. Another thing we did have was the crude oil ETFs slightly ticking up above an inside month. So we had USO here, and a little bit easier to see, was an inside month, and so above 1103 is inside month to the upside. So hopefully that can get some of that stuff going, because if you look at like XLE stays inside day, but that would be a momentum hammer inside day, and so would XOP. So there might be a few more things follow through in the oils. But then we have the guys that are still in trouble. RIG went inside day and down back into that broadening formation there. But once again, we need, as far as getting a bigger move, the SPY to break outside of this inside week here, and QQQ, not only inside week, goes inside day. And so oftentimes when you hear the term turnaround Tuesday, this is what causes it. The inside days that form on a Monday, because everybody has their plan for the week. The first wave goes out on Monday. So the first wave is slightly lower to a certain extent, but then you have inside days. And so if you look at the S&P, we took Friday's lows out. So if S&P starts to rally tomorrow, to start off the week, what's stronger would be QQQ because it's still an inside day. It was too strong to take out Friday's lows. Small cappers the same. XLF the same. XLE the same. XRT retail the same. IBB the same. So all this stuff still needs to break out, but those are the kinds of things we're going to be looking for going into tomorrow. Obviously a lackluster, nice holiday, so Happy New Year for all our Jewish friends out there. Hopefully we can get everybody back on the same page here and get a little volatility, or at least get them moving here. But what we'll be looking for tomorrow is how these inside days break. Do they confirm this initial move to the downside, or do all these inside days start to break back to the upside? Does oil start to rally back up to the upside? Because even with the oil rally, you had the transports inside day near the highs, and so to start off the month, we had airlines coming out firing. American Airlines, Delta, U-Haul, Alaska Air, all coming up, even I believe JetBlue. And then HA, which has been hanging near the highs, the Hawaiian Air, stuff like that, that's still been hanging near the highs. But with this boatload of inside days to go through, certainly we want to shake them up a little bit, or a simultaneous break. And a simultaneous break is when everything breaks to the same direction. And that's oftentimes what you'll get on the first day of the quarter or the month when you have new allocations. We didn't get that. We had a few things going up, a few things going down, but for the most part, lackluster. So coming in the morning, we want to see how many of these inside days break in the same direction, because that certainly can wake this market up real fast. All right, well, I'll see you in the morning. I'm Rob Smith, in the Black Quant Edge VTF here at T3 Live with today's market wrap-up.